Toco Sports welcomes you to our coverage of high school girls basketball, where the Covington Buccaneers will take on the Jackson Center Tigers. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Precision Strip, and the St. Henry Bank. Live here at the Habitat of the Cat, my name is Brandon Coverman, and alongside me, Craig Louth, in an early non-conference showdown here between the Covington Buccaneers and the Jackson Center Tigers. Craig, first taking a look at the Covington Buccaneers. They're under third-year head coach Sean Knapp. Pretty good team last year, was a third seed in that super sectional last year and in the last year of Division IV. Right now they are off to a hot, quick 3-0 start.
Yeah, they are. They came in with a victory over league favorite Northridge, where they beat them by 18 points, so that was a big win for them. They're coming in averaging 53 points a game and only giving up 32, so their offense is playing good, their defense is playing good, and they're starting out 3-0.
And on the flip side, the Jackson Center Tigers off to a 1-1 start, but I'm sure they would take the one win that they have over the one loss that they have. A key league win last week against Anna, a game that you called a game that was a little up and down, a double-digit lead at one point. Had it kind of be tight there at the end, but pulled out a big league win over Anna nonetheless.
That they did. They rode a strong third quarter where they outscored the Rockets 18-7 to put them up. In that quarter, Presley Reese had 10 points, 2 threes, and 2 twos. Overall, for the game, Jackson Center shot well. They were 8 of 14 from three-point land and 7 of 17 from two. So overall, they were shot 48%. So hopefully they can keep that hot streak going again tonight against Covington, and we'll see what happens.
We'll kick it down to the floor to public address announcer Kim Metz. We'll come back with his starting lineups and keys to the game. Tip-off here next on NK Toco Sports.
We're more than just a bank. Our commitment goes beyond banking transactions. It's about investing in the hearts and hopes of the people we serve. From scholarships that pave the way for bright futures to local initiatives that enrich lives, we stand by you every step of the way. Because when our community thrives, we all prosper. Together, we build a stronger, brighter community.
Is your internet slowing down your family fun? Your work and all the things you need to get done? Say goodbye to buffering, lagging, and endless loading screens. With NK Telco's blazing fast internet and smart Wi-Fi, everyone gets the speed they need. No contracts, no hidden fees, just everyday low prices and fast speeds. NK Telco, keeping your family connected.
Back here on NK Telco Sports, Brandon Copeman and Craig Louth getting to bring you the action here from the Habitat of the Cat, Jackson Center High School. Let's meet the starting lineups here. First, taking a look for Coach Sean Knapp's Covington Buccaneers. First off, number 3, a 5'4 junior, Avery Kofer. Number 10, a 5'4 junior, Delaney Murphy. Number 11, a 5'11 senior, Gabby Hartwig. Number 12, a 5'6 sophomore, Ellen Johnson. And rounding up the lineup, number 14, a 5'11 senior, Maggie Anderson, under third-year head coach Sean Knapp. So again, that is Kofer, Murphy, Hartwig, Johnson, and Anderson for third-year head coach Sean Knapp. Now taking a look at the starting lineups for Coach Tiffany Brown's Jackson Center Tigers. Number 20, a 5'6 freshman, Tatum Reichert. Number 30, a 5'3 sophomore, Hayden Bensman. Number 34, a 5'6 senior, Dee Lichtenberg. Number 10, a 5'9 senior, Presley Reese. And rounding out the lineup, a 5'10 senior, number 14, McKinley Reichert. And the third-year head coach of the Jackson Center Tigers, Tiffany Brown. So for Jackson Center, that is Reichert, Lichtenberg, Reese, and Bensman rounding out the lineup here. Let's take a look at our keys to the game here tonight. First, taking a look, Craig, for the Covington Buccaneers.
Coach Knapp wants to rebound the ball. He says they have to deal with the Jackson Center man pressure, and he wants to be aggressive on offense, especially in the paint.
And taking a look for the Jackson Center Tigers, looking to get their first non-league win of the year.
They want to have good ball movement on the Covington zone. They want good shot selection, and they need to cut down on their turnovers. Against Anna last Tuesday, they had 20 turnovers, 10 in the fourth quarter alone. So
start out here with Covington. Looks like they're running a little open post offense, a little move and cut offense here. Murphy with the basketball being guarded by Bensman. Goes over to the right side in Kofer. Kofer back on the tail of the Tiger. Goes over to Maggie Anderson. All three Rivers Conference selection last year. Set the school record for most consecutive free throws made. She gets it on the inside. Triple teamed by the Tigers, and they force a turnover.
Good steal there. Good defense by the Tigers. They just give it right back to them.
Yep, a dead ball turnover at midcourt by Presley Reese. Was trying to look up ahead of the pack there.
Again, Coach Brown wants to cut down on those turnovers, averaging 18 a game.
And a great defensive effort, though, on Jackson Center's end, too. They have 4 collapse on Maggie Anderson there, who is probably in the running for a Conference Player of the Year. She gets a touch, and she is surrounded by 3 Jackson Center Tigers, but she scores. And we are now on the board here on our first National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Covington 1-2-2 zone.
Pretty traditional from what they did last year. Was able to cover them a couple times with some of the pieces still from that team last year that made it to the district semifinal before falling to the Russia Raiders. A typical 1-2-2 zone because they won't go very deep into that bench.
Yeah. Looks like they play maybe 6 players the whole game. Ooh.
And cross-court pass. It's going to stay with Jackson Center.
Dangerous pass there.
And the things that coaches always typically say against zones, ball fakes, movements, the biggest thing. Trying to get, and they got Reichert in the middle of that zone trying to cut there. Lichtenberg on the right side. Trying to get it in, gets it back to Reese. And patience is sometimes is really necessary against a zone.
Yeah, it is. She needs some help.
Reese out front being guarded. They give it to Reichert. She shoots the face-up jumper, and she's blocked there by Emmeline Johnson, one who really didn't see any playing time last year. Graduated Gracie Anderson, Maggie's younger sister. Shot blocked by Hartwig on the inside. Still with the Tigers. Back out to Tatum Reichert.
Hartwig averages 4.3 blocks a game so far in this early season.
And she came off, but she was about the 7th man off the bench last year, mostly for Coach Knapp. As Reese gives it to the corner, Hayden Bensman shoots the 3 from the corner, shot no good. And weak side rebound not able to be corralled by Lichtenberg. The ball will go the way of the Covington Buccaneers. Avery Kofer with the basketball. Anderson going to be guarded by Reese. They get her a screen. Back out to Delaney Murphy. Kofer, she shoots the 3 well, and she hits it there. Avery Kofer with a big three-pointer, and Covington up 5-0 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Kofer, 4 of 7 on threes, now 5 of 8 on the season.
Ball out to Reese. They're running Tatum Reichert, that is corner to corner. McKinley's pointing to her, say, get her the ball. In that corner, she's going to try to shoot that face-up 3. The Covington defense collapsing very well here in the early going. Throw it in the corner to Reichert, back to Reese, over to Vensman. Reichert deep 2 from the corner, shot no good. Reese with the weak side rebound. And that's another thing, Craig, with that zone defense. It's hard to rebound out of the zone. It's very hard. That's one risk you do take.
Yep.
Reichert on the inside to her sister McKinley, and she's fouled by Gabby Hartwig.
Be the first foul of the game.
Like you said, you run that zone to try to prevent yourself from fouling because you're not going to sub.
Yeah.
You gotta keep your energy for all 32 minutes. Reichert deep 2, clinks off the iron. Reese not able to corral it down, and it'll be Buccaneer basketball. Right in front of a handful of Jackson Center boys, who we'll see a handful of times here on NK Telco Sports this year. One of the favorites to compete for that Shelby County League title. And Murphy falls down and turns it right back over to Covington.
2 turnovers now on the Bucks.
Right back on that 1-2-2 zone. Back to Reese. Reese looking in the high post, goes back out to Bensman. Bensman back to Reese. Cross-court pass, Reichert. She gets a high ball fake. And a foul in backcourt. It's going to go against Johnson.
It's her first, team second. Tigers really struggling with this Covington zone.
Reichert in the corner.
Oh,
Went right through the hands of
Yeah.
Lichtenberg. Had a shot there. Yeah, ball. Gonna stay with Jackson Center. Covington reacting fast in this zone early on.
Yes, they are. Very active.
The corner. Reichert driving baseline. Back over to McKinley Reichert on the inside. Reese going to fire a 3 left wing. Too much on that. And Kofer gets the rebound. Right side, Maggie Anderson. She drives baseline back out. Back out to Gabby Hartwig in the corner. Tries to get it to Anderson, and Reese pokes it away. Reese trying to run the 2-on-1 break with Tatum Reichert. Left-handed layup for the freshman. And Jackson Center gets on the board with 2:42 to go here in the first quarter.
Nice pass there from Reese, feeding Tatum Reichert.
Maggie Anderson, right side 3. It's no good. That's the thing with Covington. They do shoot that 3 well, so if they get hot, it's hard to slow them down.
17 of 48 in 3 games for the Bucks.
That ball stolen on the inside, stolen by Johnson, who's made a pretty good defensive impact early on as well for the Bucks. Hartwig left side. Hartwig gets it on the inside. Maggie Anderson. Her shot is blocked by the freshman Tatum Reichert. Reese looking up ahead to a streaking McKinley Reichert to the basket and leaves it short. But a nice hustle play by the senior to poke it free. Tatum Reichert the 3. And what a play by McKinley Reichert there to poke that ball free and not give up on that play.
Good defense there by the Tigers to get the ball back. Freshman Reichert with all 5 points now.
5-5 our score here. As another Jackson Center will run here. After Covington start out with the first 5 points, we got a foul on the inside.
Going to get Lichtenberg there.
Yep.
Jackson Center, first foul.
And we got our first substitution of the game. Audrey Bird, a 5'5 junior, into the ball game. Again, a varsity-only contest here tonight. Covington does not have a junior varsity squad this year. Run Maggie Anderson off the loop. Her 3 ball from the right wing is no good. Reichert up ahead. Presley Reese. Her shot too much on it. As Kofer gets it and brings it across the center line with 1 minute to go. 5-5 here on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. And we got a foul. It's going to go against Bensman. The second team foul on Jackson Center.
Bensman's first.
Kofer from the sideline will give it in to Hartwig. Out to Maggie Anderson. Anderson back to Hartwig. Over the quarter to Johnson. Johnson trying to give it to Hartwig, but she wasn't looking on cutting it out. Reichert turns it back over, and Johnson to the line.
Presley Reese with the foul.
Third team foul on Jackson this quarter. Johnson trying to give him the lead back, and she does.
Johnson's a 64% free throw shooter.
Doesn't dip her knees there. Shot no good, and the rebound goes down to Bird. Bird running the break back over to Bensman. Jackson Center looking to run offense here.
Maybe hold it for the last shot.
So let the clock tick away. That seems to be what Jackson Center wants. Inside, back to Reese. Now back to Bensman to Reese. Reese going to take the deep three off the face of the rim and no good. And it'll be 4.5 seconds for Covington here to try to get another basket here in the end of the first quarter. Kofer at midcourt. Kofer driving on the inside, kicks it out, three-pointer at the horn. Just too hard there by Delaney Murphy. We've played 8 minutes here at Jackson Center High School. Covington ahead by a smidge, 6-5. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors here on NK Telco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
We've played 8 minutes here at Jackson Center. Our score, Covington 6 and Jackson Center 5. And kind of the thing that I see, Craig, from that first quarter is Covington coming out in that 1-2-2 zone, which, like I said, if you watch Covington, it might change from year to year, but not abnormal from what the Covington teams have done for the past couple years. It's taken Jackson Center a little bit to kind of get accustomed to what they're doing.
So far, Jackson Center 2 of 10 from the field. 1 of 6 from 2 and 1 of 4 from three-point land, while Covington's 2 of 7 overall.
Jackson working it around the perimeter here.
Now it looks like they're in a 2-3 zone.
Like you said in the first quarter, they play it very aggressively. Lichtenberg gives it up over to Reese. Reese back over to Reichert in the corner, back over to Audrey Bird.
It is good defense on Covington. As soon as Jackson Center gets the ball down low or in the post, boom, there's somebody there.
Face-up shot short, rebounded to Maggie Anderson. Open post offense here. Hartwig thought she had Anderson on the back door. Reese gets up ahead of the offense. Tries to lay it in, cannot convert on the layup. Right back to Jack Center and another Hartwig block. Up ahead of the pack is Emmeline Johnson for Covington. She can't convert on the layup. been a little sloppy here in the early going here at Jackson Center. Ball in the corner to Bird. They get it on the inside to Reichert. Trying to go around. Hartwig. Tatum Reichert. High arcing. 3. Got it to go. And the freshman's got all 8 points for the Tigers.
2-2 from 3 so far.
And you'll take that if you're third-year coach Tiffany
Yeah.
Brown. 8-6. Where they work it into the corner. Anderson working, and it's fouled down low. It was a late call, but I think the right one that the official made there.
That's Reese's second. Last Tuesday against Anna, her and McKinley Reichert there played the whole fourth quarter with 4 fouls.
Hartwig on the inside, kicks it out. Murphy, deep shot is good. And we're not back up at 8 on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
First 2 points for Murphy.
Well, Murphy and Kofer and Anderson shoot it really well from the outside. For Covington, and someone else that shoots it really well is McKinley Reichert. First person not named Tatum Reichert to score for Jackson Center.
Her first bucket made after 4 misses.
10-8 our score now as Anderson trying to get on the inside with Reichert.
Nice
Let him play there. And Jackson Center forces a turnover. Great defense by Reichert. Reichert in the corner, over to Bird, back out to Tatum Reichert. In the middle, McKinley Reichert, nice face-up shot. But it just goes out. Lichtenberg keeps it alive. Back out to Tatum Reichert. In the corner.
Lichtenberg.
Yeah, just too late on realizing it, but a nice pass. Reichert can't convert, going up again, and she'll go to the charity stripe for 2. Yeah, you were talking about there, you're like, she's open. You got to be quicker on those ball reversals if you're Jackson Center on recognizing where the flashing player is.
Yep.
And you're going to find yourself getting higher percentage looks at the hole.
That foul was on Avery Kofer, her first.
Reichert after the first miss trying to split it from the line here. And she goes empty. And here come the Covington Buccaneers trying to push it up the floor. Kofer pushing out to Anderson. The 3 rattles out. Almost got a nice bank in there.
Yeah. Good rebound there by freshman Tatum Reichert.
Very good in the early going here as the freshman. All in the corner. Tigers trying to push it around here.
There it is.
Lichtenberg, and she's fouled. But that's the feed we were just talking about a second ago. Keep your eyes up. Someone's flashing to the ball. Andy Lichtenberg to the line. And let's see if the Tigers can capitalize here.
Gabby Hartwig, that's her second foul. 2 fouls on Covington here in the second quarter.
First shot, no good. And Jackson Center does salvage a free throw there.
Uses the back of the rim. Largest lead for the Tigers, 3 points, 11-8.
Halfway through this second quarter, Murphy with it. Covington running that open post offense here. And there's a foul on the inside that's going to go against Tatum Reichert. Second team foul for Jackson this quarter.
They called that on Lichtenberg.
Did they?
Yeah, that's her second.
Well,
Lichtenberg and Reese now with 2 each.
Didn't catch the sub. Number 24, Kylie Palsgrove is in. As the bucket is made there, Covington cuts the deficit to 1 on that bucket by Avery Kofer.
Now they're doing a trap. As soon as they get across half court.
Good little mix in by the Bucks, but another hustle play by McKinley Reichert. Jump ball is going to keep it with Covington.
Now this is what Anna did to get back in the game last Tuesday against Jackson. As soon as I got across half court, trap, Jackson Center had a mountain of turnovers to let Anna back into it.
Murphy with it. Goes back over to Johnson. Johnson trying to go on the inside, and there's a foul. And that's going to go against Bensman.
That's her second, too.
League Secretary Stan Evans in the building here tonight. I see watching the Lady Tigers. I'm talking to Kim Metz. As Maggie Anderson drives, full head of steam to the basket, and they'll shoot 2 free throws.
Foul's going to be on McKinley Reichert, her first, team 4th here in the second quarter. Anderson, a good free throw shooter, 69%, 11 of 16 on the season, misses the first.
Brooke Ann Bird coming in the lineup now for Jackson Center, and the next free throw is made by Maggie Anderson. Donatus back up at 11. Here comes that trap now that you talked about earlier, and Covington swipes it away again. A wrinkle in the defense by Coach Sean Naff. He gives it over to Maggie Anderson. Johnson on the inside. Her shot's no good. Anderson, the offensive board, puts it up and in. And Covington reclaims the lead at 13-11 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. We've got a timeout here. It's a full timeout. All timeouts here are brought to you by our sponsors. We'll step aside and hear a word from them on NK Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Back here on NK Telco Sports, and 13-11, Covington leading with 2:42 to go to the halftime break. And Craig, probably Coach Tiffany Brown wanting to talk over a little bit of the trap that Covington's shown the last 2 possessions.
Yeah, it's the same thing that killed them against Anna that led Anna back in. I keep harping on that, but yeah, as soon as they got across half court in that trap, and there's a good pass.
And a great cut by Presley Reese. And we're knotted back up at 13.
More than anything, it allowed Coach Brown to get Presley Reese back in there. Probably the best ball handler on the team.
Jackson Center forces a turnover. Bensman to that right side going into the Covington defense and attracts a foul by Delaney Murphy.
Fouls on Delaney Murphy, her first, team 3rd here in the second quarter.
First free throw, good. And second free throw, good here.
Good looking free throws by Benchman.
Tigers get the basketball back.
See if they can run with it.
Reichert up ahead, trying to wrap it around to Reese, but a nice play made by Kylie Paulsgrove. Keep it alive. Kofer up ahead. Kofer back over to Johnson. Johnson to Anderson. Anderson driving against Reichert on the inside. Back out over to Kylie Paulsgrove. And she almost got away with a late carry, but a good call by the official nonetheless.
10 turnovers now on Covington.
So as we're mounting 1:29 to go, it was a 6-5 Bucks lead after the first quarter. Tatum Reichert brings it. Here comes the trap, and it goes right to Maggie Anderson. Anderson up ahead to Johnson. Paulsgrove over to Anderson. Anderson looking to drive on the inside. Back out to Kofer. Head down to the basket. Shot no good. As soon as you hear Coach Knapp say go, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
As we're under a minute now, home team up by 2. We get over that backside, right through the hands of Bird.
9th turnover on the Tigers.
Bucks lose control of it. Another turnover taken in here, and Zoe Polschneider is also checked in the game, a 5'7" senior for Jackson Center. Tigers going to try to hold this for the last shot. Bensman with it. Over to Audrey Bird. Bird in the corner. 10 seconds to go. Double team. Back out to Reichert. Over to Tatum Reichert. She has 8 in the ballgame. Trying to get in double figures. Blocked by Maggie Anderson. And it's going to be Jackson basketball with 1.2 seconds left.
Anderson there to swat that one away.
Covington zone out of bounds. They go to the corner. Reichert tip. She's got to get it off, and she won't get it off in time. Didn't matter, didn't make it anyway. But we head to the halftime break. A low-scoring defensive battle here at Jackson Center. 15-13. Tigers ahead of the Buccaneers. We'll step aside, come back with our first half stats and recap. Come back with the second half of action here next on NK Telco Sports.
The Hometown Opportunity Platform is exceptional.
It is focused, laser focused on the careers in our 4-county region.
100% of the time we go to Hometown Opportunity. We've had great success from a handful of applications when we need them, as well as a recent one where we had 67 applicants.
Honestly, it's a competitive advantage.
The Hometown experience has been everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Is your internet slowing down your family fun? Your work and all the things you need to get done? Say goodbye to buffering, lagging, and endless loading screens. With NK Telco's blazing fast internet and smart Wi-Fi, everyone gets the speed they need. No contracts, no hidden fees, just everyday low prices and fast speeds. NK Telco, keeping your family connected.
Back here on NK Telco Sports, a kind of a slugfest that first half, low-scoring slugfest, a 15-13 lead for the Jackson Center Tigers over the Covington Buccaneers. Let's take a look at our first half numbers here, brought to you by Craig Louth.
All right, for Covington, they were led by Avery Kofer with 5 points. Maggie Anderson also had 5. Delaney Murphy had 2, and Emmeline Johnson had 1 for their 13. From the field, they were 4 of 10 for 40% from 2. 1 of 5 from beyond the arc, 5 of 15 overall for 33%. From the line, they were 2 of 4 for 50%. Rebounds, they had 1 offensive rebound, 8 defensive rebounds for a total of 9, and they had 11 turnovers there in the first half. For Jackson Center, they were led in scoring by freshman Tatum Reichert. She had 8 points. Presley Reese, McKinley Reichert, and Hayden Bensman they all had 2, and D. Lichtenberg had 1 for their 15. Shooting-wise, rather cold, 3 of 16 from 2, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. Overall, 5 of 21 for 24% for the Tigers. They were 3 of 6 from the line for 50%. Rebounds, 5 offensive, 6 defensive for a total of 11, and they had 9 turnovers there in the first half.
Like we said, we noticed this third, fourth game for each team, but a little sloppy at times. Let's see what adjustments Coach Tiffany Brown makes, especially with that zone. You saw Jackson Center do a better adjustment that second quarter.
Yes, they did.
But Covington very active in that zone, and a three-pointer by Reese banged home from the top of the key, and a good start for the Tigers this third quarter.
Largest lead of the game now for the Tigers, 5 points.
And, heck, you can really spread that out if you can hit that 3.
There's a good steal.
And a good start for the Tigers. Reese up ahead, but intercepted by Maggie Anderson. Anderson back up to Kofer as the teams trade turnovers. Murphy to the right side, back to Anderson. Back over Gabby Hartwig. Hartwig was on the bench with some foul trouble at the end of the first half.
Yeah, you're talking of foul trouble. Presley Reese, Hayden Bensman, and D. Lichtenberg all have 2 for Jackson Center.
Delaney Murphy on the inside. Rebound up over to Bensman.
The only foul trouble for Covington is Gabby Hartwig with 2.
Over ball over to Reichert. Reichert cross-court pass. Bensman looks at a 3. Gives it back to Reese. Still dissecting that 1-2-2 zone that Coach Naff has traditionally ran these past few years. In his third year as head coach of the Covington Buccaneers. In the middle, Reichert in the corner to Tatum Reichert for 3. Got it! The third for 3 for the freshman here tonight. And it's an 8-point Tiger lead with a pair of three-pointers.
Very similar to what they did last Tuesday against Anna. Came out on fire in the third quarter.
Well, now the freshman in double figures. And they got to respect that three-pointer. There's the double team by the Tigers, and they've started out very hot this third quarter. Up ahead, Bensman ahead of the pack, trying to lay it in, and she's got it. An 8-0 run inside these first 2 minutes of the third quarter. And a double-digit lead for Jackson Center.
Bensman now with 4.
And we got a travel out front by Avery Kofer. It's unraveling quickly here. As number 4, Stevie Newhouse, going to come in a game, a 5-foot sophomore. Reese out front in the corner to Reichert. Presley Reese back over to Hayden Bensman. Bensman in the corner. Reichert thought about letting it fly again. Good pass on the inside to her sister McKinley, and a late foul called on Emmeline Johnson. But the right idea to pass up on that and get it to the block for a high percentage look.
A lot quicker on getting that ball down low than what they did in the first half.
And we talked about this during the break, too. You know, you don't scout a lot of these teams in the early part. You don't get as much film or maybe access to film. You don't go out and watch scrimmage, especially in these non-league contests, which makes it difficult to coach sometimes, especially in a sport like basketball.
Yeah.
And, you know, Coach Brown, you know, we talked about what adjustments they might make, and we talked about reversing that ball to the block quicker with how that Covington zone's playing, and Jackson Center's doing a really good job of that in the third quarter. They are on a 10-0 run already to start the third quarter.
McKinley Reichert now with 4 points.
Showing how well this Jackson Center team's playing offensively. The leader of this team only with 4. Hartwig on the inside. Her shot no good. Rebound down to Presley Reese. Reese looking to run the break, and she gets tipped from behind by Hartwig. Newhouse up ahead. Newhouse back to Emmeline Johnson, and they turn it back over.
That's 4 quick turnovers for Covington.
Reichert up to Reese, swatted by Maggie Anderson. Box set here for Jackson Center. Look over Reese, going to step behind that three-point line. Shot no good. Rebound down to Maggie Anderson.
Covington looking for their first points of the second half here.
Newhouse back to Anderson. Circles back around. He's got that count on her and gives it up to Avery Kofer. Kofer face up three. Doesn't even tickle the twine there. An air ball. We got a timeout by Coach Sean Knapp. We'll take it with him. 4:36 to go in the third quarter. Jackson Center up by a dozen here on NK Telco Sports.
We're more than just a bank. Our commitment goes beyond banking transactions. It's about investing in the hearts and hopes of the people we serve. From scholarships that pave the way for bright futures to local initiatives that enrich lives, we stand by you every step of the way. Because when our community thrives, we all prosper. Together, we build a stronger, brighter community.
Little Fox on the run here as we come back here on the radio dial here as Jackson Center on a little bit of a run themselves here, a 10-0 run to start the third quarter.
Yeah, they're 3 of 4, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc and 2 of 2 from the line for their 10 points. So they also have caused 4 Covington turnovers, so good start for Jackson Center here, second half.
Or as I said, radio dial. This is my first TV game of the year, so I'm adjusting going back from radio to TV. It's a little bit of an adjustment sometimes, but a three-pointer missed there by Jackson Center.
During that timeout, Coach Knapp said they were bunching up too much, Covington was. Let's see if they spread it out.
Kofer on the inside, gets a blocking foul. It should be on the floor. Number 22, that's
Audrey Bird.
Yep.
Her first, team first.
They're thinking shooting foul, and right call by the official, clearly on the floor. Ball to Hartwig in the corner, trying to get it to Maggie Anderson. Anderson doubled up through the contact, and she's fouled. And Maggie Anderson will go to the line for 2.
That'll be the second foul on McKinley Reichert.
Like we said, Anderson set a school record for made free throws consecutively last year. I think it was 24 maybe made consecutive free throws.
Wow.
And she's only shooting at a little over a 70% clip this year. And she goes 2 of 2 from the line.
She's got 7 points now. More importantly, first 2 points of second half for the Bucks.
Covington going into a three-quarter court 1-2-2 now. We get that ball in the middle. Covington had relative success with this in the second quarter, doing it in a kind of a half-court style.
Yep. Now they back up into that 1-2-2.
Bensman with it. Gets it picked off. Emmeline Johnson streaking down the left side and converts on the layup for Covington, a much-needed bucket. And we got a timeout here on the floor. We'll take it with them. 25-17 with 3:41 to go in the third quarter on NK Telco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
25-17 with 3:41 to go here in the third quarter, and Covington pretty solid coming out of the timeout. A little 4-0 run for them.
Yeah, they are, led by Emmeline Johnson with the steal and the layup, and then Maggie Anderson 2 free throws.
And Covington staying in it after Jackson Center started with a 10-0 run to start the third quarter. Reichert to Reichert there, shot blocked by Hartwig on the inside. All up ahead, Maggie Anderson to the basket. Her shot no good as McKinley Reichert clears the boards. Reichert up ahead to Presley Reese. She stops, fires back out to Hayden Bensman. Bensman back to Reese. Back in the corner, working around, over to Reese. Chased by a couple Covington defenders to the right side. Bensman on the inside is fouled. So Hayden Bensman will go to the line and shoot 2.
Fouls on Newhouse, her first, team second. Bensman 2-2 from the line tonight.
And Cans the first one, nothing but net there. Substitution comes in. Delaney Murphy will come back in for Stevie Newhouse. Like I said, Covington only a varsity roster this year, which had seemed to have been kind of a trend in area basketball, but I've seen a little less of it so far in the early part of this year as Bensman cans the second free throw.
Back to a 10-point Tiger lead.
We talk about the new divisions this year, 7 divisions in high school basketball. Covington will be Division 6 with many of you followers knowing Jackson Center is Division 7. Hartwig's shot on the inside, no good. Murphy's shot fake, elbow jumper, got it. Delaney Murphy with a nice elbow jumper, and the lead cut to 8.
Here's that 1-2-2, three-quarter court press.
Off-balance shot by Lichtenberg, rebound Reichert. Back over Tatum Reichert. Cross-court pass. Go to the corner to Bird. Tipped around, and will be Tiger basketball. So we see whenever Covington's applied that pressure, they've had success.
Yes, they have.
They just don't bring it on every possession. Try to keep the Tiger offense guessing out there. Reichert back over to Reese. And slowly through this zone here. Mr. Bensman in the corner to Reichert. Feeds it over to Tatum Reichert. Looking for her 4-3 today. Off the front of the iron, no good. Weak side rebound, Reichert up and in. We're used to McKinley Reichert touching the ball so much. Haven't really had the chance to do that tonight, but gets the weak side rebound and scores.
That'll be Anderson's first foul. And McKinley Reichert trying for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Gets it to go, and back to an 11-point lead for Jackson Center. It was a 2-point lead for them at halftime at 15-13 if you've just joined us. And a 10-0 run right out the break for Coach Tiffany Brown's Tigers.
Reichert now with 5 points here.
Murphy trying to get it to Hartwig, too much on that. As Zoe Polschneider has also checked in the game for Jackson Center.
Another turnover on the Covington. That's 5 this quarter, 16 overall for the game.
Reese back out to Reichert. The corner over to Polschneider. She thought about a three. Gives it back up to Tatum Reichert. Inside, Presley Reese all alone. And Tatum Reichert threads the needle. And we've got, calling an and one there. Late foul. Not going to go against Hartwig. But, man, Tatum Reichert has not played like a freshman tonight.
No, she has not.
As Kylie Palsgrove going to come in for Gabby Hartwig.
That's her third foul.
We said neither team really subs that much. Not much bench depth on either side. Looks like they're about going 7 deep. And what most teams traditionally go 8 or 9 deep.
I think we got some blood on the left knee of McKinley Reichert, patching her up.
But like we said, we talked about that during the halftime break, the adjustments that Coach Brown would make, and she's nailed it right on the head.
Yes, she has.
Telling those girls to get the ball on the block there. And they've done a way better job of that this quarter than they did all the first half. They've scored 17 points this third quarter after managing only 15 in the first half. So a very well executed quarter by Coach Brown's team. And Reese will convert on the old-fashioned three-point play. She's up to 8 points now.
Jackson Center 6 for 6 from the line this quarter.
And that helps too as well. Brandon Coverman and Craig Louth giving you the action here tonight. A foul on the floor. There's no shot as Anderson barreling in the lane.
Going to get Polschneider. Zoe's first. Team third.
Anderson gets it in. They're going to try to run her off a curl here. Kind of a delayed action there, but she can't catch the basketball. Gets it swiped away. Reichert to the basket. Will lay it in. Could see it was kind of a long developing play for Maggie Anderson. She just didn't run there in time. Ball out to Kofer. Anderson wide open on the wing. Splashes it home. And cuts the lead to 13.
Big bucket for Covington. They needed that.
This third quarter has been dominated by the Jackson Center Tigers. As Jackson trying to get past that pressure that Covington's had relative success with to try to spark any hope of them getting back in this ball game. Polschneider, quick shot. It'll fall short. Kofer with the rebound.
10 seconds.
Kofer driving on the inside of the rack, full head of steam, no good. Rebound up to Reese. She looks ahead at the clock. Throws up a heave at the horn. No good. 35-22 after 3 quarters of play. The Jackson Center Tigers have blown it open here as we head to the fourth quarter. Here next on NK Telco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
When I graduated from Salina, I didn't know much about the job market here.
I knew I wanted to come back to the area.
I went to Hometown Opportunity where I was looking for a local job.
It really opened up my eyes to the employer market around here.
I was able to filter down my options, see what types of jobs were out there for me.
Linked me directly with those local companies.
And the last 6 months have been wonderful to feel that family environment again.
We've played 3 quarters, and Jackson Center, Craig, has blown it open, a 20-9 advantage that quarter over Covington.
Yeah, good second half start for the Tigers. Led in scoring there by the 2 seniors, Presley Reese and McKinley Reichert. Now up to 8 points and 9 points, plus they got a big 3 from freshman Tatum Reichert, who now has 11 points, so 20-point quarter for Coach Brown's Tigers.
Maggie Anderson going to fire a 3. Her shot's no good. Gets her own rebound, goes up and scores. Maggie Anderson up to 9 points now. Anderson will go to the line, try to cut the deficit to 10.
Zoe Polschneider picks up her second foul.
And she converts on the three-point play. As we see Covington pick up that pressure. Like we said, they've had a relative success with that in the second and third quarter. Coach Knapp trying to find a way to get his girls back in it. Ball loose at midcourt.
Almost stolen away there.
Murphy cannot corral it. Like you said, you did that game the other week that Jackson Center had against Anna. A good third quarter, but kind of struggled with some pressure in the fourth quarter.
Yes, they did in the fourth quarter.
Covington trying to see if they can take a page out of Anna's book.
Nice pass.
Great pass. Lichtenberg just can't convert. Right idea by Reichert. Really threaded the needle there.
Yes, she did.
Anderson, quick trigger three, trying to put this team on her back. Shot no good. As ball rolls out in the hallway. Couple substitutions. Hayden Bensman coming in for Jackson. Gabby Hartwig coming back in for Covington. As Bucks back with that 1-2-2 pressure. Ball goes to Reese in the middle to Reichert. Reichert tries to kick it in the corner, but Kofer picks it off. Kofer to the left side. Kofer on the inside. Hartwig. Nice wall-up defense by the Reichert sisters, and Tatum swipes it away. We always talk about McKinley, but younger sister Tatum stealing the show tonight.
Yeah, she is.
Reichert back in the corner. Hayden Bensman. Bensman gets the pressure, and it's going to throw it away, and Reese needs to touch that, and she does.
Do you think the Coach Knapp will stay in this zone, being down 10 points?
I would have to about think so until they would hold it, which I think is about something you could do if you get the ball over half court if you're the Tigers. But you got to think Covington's going to set up in this pressure for the rest of the game.
Yeah, do that trap defense.
And Kofer's three is blocked and recovered by the Jackson Center defense here. Kicked out to Bensman on the right wing, back over to Presley Reese. Tigers trying to go to 2-1 on the season after dropping their opening game to Bethel. And Reichert to that corner. Cross-court pass over to Bensman. She's all alone, and she's opting to not take the three with 6 minutes to go. Interesting look there as we got a tie-up between Hartwig and Lichtenberg. It's going to stay with Jackson Center. You're not necessarily in need to hold it territory yet.
No.
Surprised that Bensman didn't take a shot there as Coach Knapp going to call a full timeout. We'll take it with him. 5:58 to go, 35-25. Jackson Center ahead of Covington on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Is your internet slowing down your family fun? Your work and all the things you need to get done? Say goodbye to buffering, lagging, and endless loading screens. With NK Telco's blazing fast internet and smart Wi-Fi, everyone gets the speed they need. No contracts, no hidden fees, just everyday low prices and fast speeds. NK Telco, keeping your family connected.
Back here on NK Telco Sports, 5:58 to go here in the fourth quarter between Jackson Center and Covington, and it's been an advantage to Covington this fourth quarter, but Jackson Center still holds a 10-point edge. Jackson kind of trying to figure out what they want to do offensively the rest of this game.
Yeah, they are.
And they're kind of in this rock and a hard place of we want to keep scoring, but we're up 10.
Now, Covington man-to-man.
First time they've done that all game, and it's going to be a foul on Johnson.
It's going to be her third. Team first here in the fourth quarter.
First free throw, good.
Presley Reese now with 9 points.
The senior point guard, a lot of veteran experience on this roster with people of Reese, Lichtenberg, and Reichert, and also Kendall Reese, who's out with injury right now. Don't know the timeline of her return. Well, like Craig
nice
said,
steal.
Presley up to 9 as there's a steal there by the Tigers.
McKinley Reichert saw that the whole way.
Reichert looking, goes over to Presley Reese. She gets a shot fake. Drives on the inside, back to Bensman, back to Reichert. Left side over to to Tatum Reichert. Right on the inside, shot no good.
Oh.
And miscommunication would have been a turnover either way, so. Batdorf trying to get it in, and we got a timeout by Coach Neff. Take it with them, 4:36 to go. 11-point lead for Jackson Center here on NK Telco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Back out of the timeout, we'd like to thank our sponsors here tonight. First National Bank, Hometown Opportunity, the Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Precision Strip, and the St. Henry Bank. Our scoreboard is brought to you by First National Bank as always here. And thank you to those fine sponsors for covering these games here as we're bringing you a lot of Jackson Center home games this year, both on the boys and girls side. So we're glad to have you and glad to be back here for another year in the habitat of the Cat here at Jackson Center High School. As Covington coming out of the break, kind of an interesting formation here we see.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen this. Trying to get the ball to Anderson.
Yep.
Gets off the curl.
Looked like the old picket fence.
Yeah. Don't get caught watching the paint dry. I tell you what, I'm teaching a class this year actually. It's called History of American Sports, and I showed that movie like 2 weeks ago actually. We do a historical film breakdown each quarter, and Hoosiers was the second quarter historical film.
Classic. Yep. Don't watch the paint dry.
As Anderson converts both free throws in blink of an eye, it's down to a 9-point lead.
Anderson now with 15 points.
We knew she would get hers eventually, a probable all-TRC first-team selection. Tigers with 1 point this fourth quarter. Reichert going to shoot it. She stays hot. Drills it from the top of the key. Tatum Reichert gets the lead back out to a dozen.
Freshman now with 14 points. 4 threes.
Kofer to the rack. Shot no good, and Shelby County teams look out. She's been really good, and they call a double dribble late on Lichtenberg.
Tigers now 4 turnovers here in the fourth quarter, 7 in the second half, 16 overall.
Another kind of picket fence play, like you said, but just a variation off it.
Good steal there by Reese.
Reese physical with Anderson there. Steals it, ball goes back to Hayden Bensman, back over to Presley Reese. Left side to Tatum Reichert. 3:43 to go here on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Reichert to Reese. Running it off here. Reichert over to Bensman. To Reese. Working it around. Hartwig trying to get in there, and they're going to call a jump ball. Arrow stays with the home Tigers. Zoe Polschneider in for Jackson. Stevie Newhouse in for Covington.
With Covington coming out man-to-man, bringing it out towards the top of the key. Maybe Jackson Center can get a backdoor cut here. Ooh.
Ball back up over to Tatum Reichert. Reichert to the left side, back to Reese. Back over to McKinley. Reichert fouled out front by Maggie Anderson, her second, team second. That's Covington 3-0 on this season. Looking at their first defeat of this young season, as they compete in the Three Rivers Conference with schools like Miami East and Northridge expected to be at the top of that conference, and Bethel. Ooh, and a late accidental elbow that Maggie Anderson caught there from Reichert. They've been battling all night.
Yes, they have.
And can't battle as much in a zone, but ever since they went to man, those two players have matched up on each other. Both 14s, both four-year starters for their respective schools. They've been physical with each other. Reichert gets around Anderson, and she pokes it away, and it hit off of Reichert's knee late.
Fifth turnover now on Tigers here in the fourth quarter.
Kofer brings it up the floor. Back over to Anderson. Inside, Newhouse going to try a three, and she misses it. And that ball is picked up by the Tigers. Now that clock management comes into your mind if you're Coach Tiffany Brown with 2.5 minutes to go. One field goal only Jackson Center's mustered. They've really played off the strength of a very good third quarter tonight. Pressery's trying to split the defense. That was good straight-up defense by Hartwig. She never moved.
No.
So perfectly legal. She has as much right to that space as Reese does.
Yep.
And we got a foul.
McKinley Reichert, her third.
And a timeout again here by Coach Knapp. We'll take it with him. 2:05 to go here. 39-27, Jackson Center over Covington here on NK Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it. And online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Back here on NK Telco Sports, out to timeout, 39-27. Our score here, Covington with one last breath, and breath getting a little shorter as Anderson misses the three and a foul on Covington. As that's the last foul they can give, the Tigers will be in the double bonus the rest of the game.
Stevie Newhouse with the foul. Her second.
And it hit off Reichert late. Anderson was pleading for it.
Yeah.
And got the call from the far side official. I don't know, but I guess I wasn't down there, and I don't think it was a great view for the official either. They get it to Anderson on the inside. She gets around Reichert. They've been battling all this fourth quarter, and she gets the bucket.
Well, the Jackson student section there, they didn't say too much about it, so maybe it was a good call.
Covington gets a turnover, 39-29 on that First National Bank. First scoreboard. Kofer trying to get it to Newhouse, but a foul away from the ball, probably on Gabby Hartwig, is what it looks like. Nope. They're going to say Anderson, actually.
Anderson. Ooh, that's her fourth.
We're probably getting locked up with Reichert. Like we said, ever since the Covington's decided to go man, those two have really locked up with each other.
Yeah, they have.
And that's
She's
the fifth
gone.
one. Yep. And Kylie Palsgrove going to come in as that's the. I don't think Anderson knows that she had 5.
Yeah.
And she's done for the night, and McKinley Reichert will head to the line. And quickly, in a blink of an eye, goes from 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Sometimes basketball can be a cruel game like that. But that's the reason why you see Covington run zone. Sometimes you pick up those fouls, and they add up on you when you're not going very deep into your bench.
Yep.
Reichert misses the first one, but gets the second one to fall. So Covington trying to finish this out without their top scorer, Hartwig, with the basketball. 10 feet away. Kofer gets the rebound, goes back out to the three-point line, and we'll turn it right back over as Newhouse gets it, chucks up a 3 off the iron, no good. And now Jackson Center in kind of keep-away mode now. It looks like they are going to move to 2-1 here with a minute to go. Reese over to Bensman. On the strength of a good third quarter, the Tigers will go to 2-1. And we got a foul out front on Kofer as Hayden Bensman will go to the line. Try to continue to ice it.
Fouls on Palsgrove. Her first.
Oh, it was Bensman that was going to shoot it, but Reichert's going to shoot it.
5 of 8 on the evening for the 5'10 senior.
And Reichert will make it a baker's dozen lead. 13 points, the lead for Covington. 42-29 our score here. Kofer with it to the right side. Palsgrove high arcing 3, too much on it. Shot up and blocked by Tatum Reichert. As that might be all here for the Tigers as they'll move to 2-1. And we got a double dribble in the forecourt by Reichert. As the student section excited with a win here tonight. Like I said, a lot of them the boys players that we will see as we'll cover all the home boys games this year for Jackson Center on NK Telco Sports, and be up here a handful of times this winter. Well, it's cold outside. It's freezing, so no place better to be than the gym. As Newhouse will bring it in the forecourt, goes to the left side to Bella Batdorf. Over to just recently entered in Aubrey Hoying. The inside shot no good by Hoying, going up. Shot no good. Reichert with the rebound. And they're just going to let him dribble it out, and it'll be a 42-29 victory here for the Jackson Center Tigers over the Covington Buccaneers. You caught it here live on NK Telco Sports. We'd like to thank our sponsors here tonight. They are First National Bank, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Precision Strip, and the St. Henry Bank. Our scoreboard is brought to you by our longtime scoreboard sponsor, the First National Bank, here across the area here tonight. Taking a look here at the upcoming schedules here for both teams as the Covington Buccaneers fall for the first time this season. They fall to 3-1 on this young season under Coach Sean Naff. As we pull up their schedule here, Jackson Center will be back, Covington will be back in action against Bethel on Thursday night in home TRC action starting at 6 o'clock. And they host Russia as well, and then Lehman, and Troy Christian. So 4 of the 5 games coming up here for Covington are TRC matchups. And we go on the flip side for Coach Tiffany Brown's Jackson Center Tigers. 2-1. They're most importantly 1-0 in the Shelby County Athletic League, and they have a big showdown coming Saturday against the Russia Raiders. That's at their new complex. I'll actually be on the call for that game on Fish Report. So if you want to tune in and listen to me call Russia and Jackson Center, you can go to the Fish Report blog page, type in Fish Report Russia, Ohio, and you can click on the link. They should have a link up there on the blog page. Click on the link and you'll be able to listen to the audio cast. Going to assume airtime around 1:15 for that game, just depending on the approximate completion of the junior varsity contest. I'll be on the call for that game with Bart Dosek. As you have a couple games coming up here that are conference games. They'll be back home next Thursday against Houston. I'll be on the call for that game as well. That'll be here on NK Telco Sports, a 6 o'clock JV tip that you can watch here live on NK Telco Sports. Taking a look at some of the scoring that we have here. Maggie Anderson, let's see what I had. Mine's unofficial.
Oh, like mine's official?
17 from Maggie Anderson I had, and 5 from Avery Kofer, 4 from Delaney Murphy, 3 from Emmeline Johnson here tonight. For Jackson Center, I had 14 for Tatum Reichert, 4 for Hayden Bensman. McKinley Reichert had 5, 8, 10, 12, 1 for D. Lichtenberg, and I had 9 for Presley Reese. Scoring after quarters, it was 6-5 Covington after 1. At halftime, it was 15-13. The Covington Bucks trailed the Jackson Center Tigers, and after 3 quarters, that was really when Jackson Center blew it open, was a 35-22 victory and ultimately a 42-29 victory. But that third quarter, the difference maker here tonight. And let's take a look at our numbers here, brought to you by Mr. Craig Louth.
All right, first for the Covington Bucks, who suffered their first loss of the year. They go to 3-1 on the season. They were led in scoring by 5'11 senior Maggie Anderson. She had 17 points before she fouled out there in the fourth quarter. Avery Kofer had 5 points. Delaney Murphy had 4. And Emmeline Johnson had 3 for their 29. For shooting-wise, they were 8 of 26 from two-point land. Only 2 of 14 from beyond the arc. So overall, 10 of 40 from the field for 25%. They were 7 of 9 from the line for 78%. Rebounding-wise, they had 8 offensive rebounds, 16 defensive rebounds for a total of 24. And they had 23 turnovers, 11 in the first half, 12 there in the second half.
Like we said, just ultimately that third quarter seemed to be a big difference there.
So for the victorious Jackson Center Tigers, raise their record to 2-1. They were led by the Reichert girls. Freshman Tatum had 14 points, including 4 of 5 from three-point land for her 14 points. Sister McKinley Reichert had 12. Presley Reese had 9. Hayden Bensman had 6. And D. Lichtenberg had 1 for their total of 42. From the field, they were 7 of 29 from two-point land, 5 of 11 from beyond the arc. So, again, good shooting from beyond the arc, just below 50%. Overall, 12 of 40 from the field for 30%. They were 13 of 18 from the line for 72%. Looking at the rebounds, they had 9 offensive rebounds, 14 defensive rebounds for a total of 23. And turnovers was one of the 3 keys that Coach Brown wanted to do, was cut the turnovers. They were coming averaging 18 a game. They ended up with unofficially 20 turnovers for the game, 8 of those there in that fourth quarter. So real similar to what the Anna game was last Tuesday. Big third quarter by the Tigers to get them over that hump and get a big lead, and then hang on there in the fourth quarter, and 49-29 or 42-29. Tigers with the win.
Yeah, and a big win there, and they're third in a row, or they're second in a row after losing that opening game. They have a big couple league games coming up here, and like I said, Jackson Center going to be one of the top teams in the Shelby County League. The Fort Laramie Redskins probably the overwhelming odds-on favorite, but Jackson Center definitely right up there and will be one of the contenders in Division 7 for sure. So a good win there for them tonight over a quality Division 6 opponent, and as they keep moving on, we'll continue to see them improve.
Yep.
And that will do it for us here tonight from the Habitat of the Cat. The Jackson Center Tigers defeat the Covington Bucks 42-29. You caught it here live on NK Telco Sports. For Craig Louth, I'm Brandon Coberman saying good night, everyone.